Well, hello everyone. This is Dr. Eileen, and this is another daily dose of Medicine Walk. And for those of you who are listening in on Blog Talk Radio, this is Healing House Radio. So, um, you reach that point where it's like, whatever happened to the murder hornets? Life was simpler when all we had to do was worry about murder hornets. And, for those of you who are going through difficult times, for those of you who are really being challenged by this, know that my heart goes out to you. And I really hope that you have the opportunity to reach out and get help, especially for empaths. And it is such a turbulent time and such a horrible time that people are having. So hang in there and do your best to stay grounded and work on the foundation, those practical pieces. And we've gone over those, and I'm happy to go over them again if you want to contact me, and I'd be happy to work with you one-on-one and help you to be able to kind of find that balance point. So, as promised, let's talk about air. And this is based, around the idea that different elements can be used to be a source of grounding. Not everybody grounds to ground. Not everybody grounds to stone. And here is the perpetually grounded MCAT, Luna. She, with the weather deciding, it's going to be kind of hot. It's like, well, I think I'll be inside, but I think I'll be inside and I'll hang out with you. So the idea that there are different elements that each person can resonate with. And one of those elements is air. Now, out of all the elements, it's probably the easiest one to take for granted because it's what we do. How many times are we totally aware of inhaling and exhaling? Now, if you, tell you what, Luna, why don't you go up there? Here you go. If you have a respiratory issue, if you have something that is going on where you are conscious of it, and there's nothing like catching a cold or having some sort of a respiratory issue that makes even those of us who normally don't have an issue very aware of our ability to breathe. And breathing, breathing can be a tremendously effective tool in grounding and in meditation. Now, we've talked about the meditation where, hi Luna, we've talked about the meditation where you breathe in for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, and then exhale for a count of 8. Now, you can utilize this whatever the number. If you don't want to breathe in for 4, if you want to breathe in for 3, if you want to breathe in for 6, however it works for you, you can utilize that. Just make sure that the inhale and the hold is very important, are half the time that you take to exhale. So the slow exhale allows your body to retain, because that's really the point. You take that deep breath in. Holding for 4 means that oxygen is being dispersed and it's moving into the capillaries and, moving through the blood system, and it's staying in the system longer. And the slow exhale allows that kind of slow release, and it also allows a level of relaxation. Now, if you are someone who resonates to air, well, first off, how do you know you resonate to air? How do you know that air grounds you? Well, how do you feel when a breeze comes through? How do you feel, let's say, on a fall day when all of a sudden the wind kicks up and it blows your hair and you feel that gentle pressing on your back and you watch the leaves dance? How do you feel when you're standing up on a mountain and all of a sudden the breeze comes through and you can hear it, the trees moving as the wind goes through it? Does that help you feel settled? Does that help you feel safe? Does that bring you into a comfortable place? If so, you resonate with air. And it's one of the easiest things to be able to tap into for grounding. Now, you could use air to ground, for anybody, for those who resonate most with air, but anybody can utilize this. There are many meditations that have to do with how you breathe, whether it's a quick, rapid breath, almost like a labor breathing, that can induce a sort of altered state of consciousness. It's kind of like hyperventilating a little bit, but it is kind of a rapid sort of practice breathing pattern that is utilized in breath works. And if you don't know what breath works are, we'll have a discussion on that. But basically, it is a meditation in order to achieve an altered state of consciousness. So the idea that you can either incorporate quick breaths to be able to create an altered state, or slow, deep breaths to allow yourself to come into focus right where you are, to allow yourself to kind of, bring everything in and just focus on the breath. And then, there's sort of a circular breathing pattern where you just consistently breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And so there's a lot of different ways that breathing can be used to be able to focus, to be able to let go, and also to be able to turn down your empathy. Because the main idea behind being able to turn empathy down or turn it off is creating a disciplined practice of focus. Now, what you focus on is up to you. But when you can focus on something where it becomes everything that you are experiencing, you bring all your observation, all your experience into that moment, whether it's holding a stone, whether it's looking at a flame, whether it's listening to a river, or whether or not it's breathing. You bring your focus in to that breath. Have that be all you're thinking about. Do not allow your mind, and the whole thing of where you let a thought come in and then you let it go out. You can do that, or you basically block it off. And just anytime your mind starts to go anywhere else, you bring it back to your breath. And by utilizing that practice, what happens is that your empathy will automatically link to what it is that you're doing. So the change in the breath pattern, the deep breath, or however you want to choose that, when you start that, you will go into muscle memory, bam, and the empathy will automatically start to go down. So practice that, utilize that. And it's important to be able to bring yourself into a good place of connection with yourself, prayer, with, spiritual things, so you can integrate it with whatever meditative practice you have. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, please contact me. You can reach me through my Facebook group, Medicine Walk with Dr. Eileen. You can also follow me on Twitter. You can reach me at my email address, which is in the description. And if you like this video, please hit like. And if you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing. So, thank you for joining me. Be back tomorrow. And, as always, I wish you balance and I wish you blessings from my heart to yours. Love you. And see you tomorrow. Bye.